All right, hey guys, let's go for it. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. We're going to do a quick roll call, and then we'll get into it. We don't have enough agendas to go around, so if you guys can spread those out and just kind of share. And obviously, Kendall will call those items as we go through them, so just follow along. And then we have a couple guests with us today. How are you guys doing? Can you guys introduce yourselves? Actually, don't do it yet. We've got to turn on our microphones. Can you guys turn those on? Make sure the light is green.
Press the button.
You hold press the button. Yeah, you hold it down. Very nice. So officially, welcome again, everybody. We are on camera over there, so anything you say and do could be held against you. So anyway, first of all, let's say hello to our guests. You guys can introduce yourselves and let us know a little bit about why you're here.
Ty, I took a US Gov class at Monarch, so he's making us come to a meeting and take notes. And
You mean you want to be here?
That's debatable. Okay. And so I have to take notes on the problem that's going on that you guys talk about. So.
Awesome.
I'm Eric. I'm practically here for the same reasons. Just go to a meeting, find a problem, and write about it.
Awesome.
Who do you guys have as a teacher?
Yeah. McCoy.
Oh, no. Did I call it? I called it. It's something McCoy would do.
Well, welcome.
Anyways.
We hope it's not as painful as you think. Cool.
Just do roll call.
Roll call.
Do I do it? I do it. Cool. I'm taking roll. Okay, Kendall.
Here.
JD.
Here.
Casson. Here. Bork.
Hi.
Alec. Is Alec coming?
No. He has work.
Morgan said she's in traffic. Paxton.
Here.
Aston.
Hi.
Soha.
She called. She can't make it.
Adriana.
Haven't heard.
Okay. Jasmine. Here. Michael. He said
He asked what?
he asked what time, where it was, and what. Okay. Tia. Here. Ari.
She said
He also asked.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's Audrey. She just came.
Oh.
That's all right.
Jordan.
Jordan said he couldn't make it.
Tyler.
Here.
Connor.
Here.
Jack.
Here.
Laura.
Here.
Jay Young.
Here.
Trinity.
Here.
Trisha.
Here.
Zoe.
Here.
Sarah.
She called. She's in a production. I think is she a ballerina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
So
Nutcracker.
Nutcracker, and she's like
No,
one of the leads. So
wait.
She's so good. Like, when have you seen her?
Michael and
She dances for the Colorado Conservatory dance. My friend dances for
there's somebody. Nope, I didn't.
so Jordan, Michael, Soha,
Jordan.
and Alec,
Yeah.
and Sarah,
Jordan, Michael, Soha, Alec, Ari,
Ari.
and Sarah.
Yep. Cool. Just mark them back if they walk in.
Yep.
Awesome. You guys know Kendall's our chairperson. She leads our meetings. Whatever she says goes. So let's give her your attention and let's make sure to go through these. Again, just as a reminder, for this to be the very best it can be, it demands your participation. And we believe that every one of you are here for a reason, that your intellect, what you bring to the table is important. And so we ask you to bring it. If you have opinions, if you have thoughts, that's why this youth council exists. So we really would love to hear from you as we go through these items.
But in case you haven't forgot, I am a dictator, so we will work with that accordingly. All right, so our first item on the agenda is a Treats for Troops update. So again, big thank you to Kevin for dropping all that off. Yay!
That's enthusiastic. I feel the love.
All right, so do you want to Are there any updates with that? How'd it go?
It was awesome. So we went down to Buckley Air Force Base and we took, obviously, 93 cases was it this year of candy. They were stoked about it. We took 2 town vehicles down there full of candy, and then I dropped them off at this. It was a sergeant major, maybe. I don't know exactly how their ranking goes, but he was kind of high up, intimidating dude. And but he was super glad, and he was even more glad about all the notes. Remember, there were a whole bunch of people that wrote notes and cards, and he said the candy is awesome. The notes are really what really fuels our troops. So I think for next year, really ramping up our cards and our notes is really important as we do that. The other cool thing that happened was usually we spend a lot of money on shipping. We used to ship it to California, and then it ships then overseas all over the place. At first, when we talked to Buckley, they said, we may need some help on shipping, but we can help you guys. So we knew we were going to lower the cost. But they didn't ask for any money at all. They took care of all the shipping for us. And so that was a huge gift. We were obviously giving to them, but they really gave back to us because that was a big chunk of our budget. So we saved a little money. And can we say a little bit about that?
Yeah.
So in the next few weeks, we'll be doing a little bit of kind of get together party just to kind of say, woohoo, just a little meal together, pretty informal. Kendall and these guys will let you know about it. I'll be overseas, so I won't make it, but they'll take care of all the coordination for that, and it'll be good. And we obviously won't spend a fraction of that, but we have a little left over in the budget, and so we're gonna just have a little bit of a celebration for that. And then a little bit of team building too. I mean, a lot of you guys are new to the council, so it'll be good for that. So amazing program. I think obviously our community is getting involved every year more and more. You guys knock it out of the park, which is amazing. I was really impressed by the way you guys worked that day, that we had all that candy here and boxed it up and got it out of here. So good job.
Yeah.
Any questions?
So just for all of the people who aren't seniors, just remember, like, next year, that's on you guys to try to make sure you get more cards and notes and, like, focus on that, because we didn't advertise that, like, as much this year. But it's good to know what they like and what they need. So yeah, that's so weird.
One other little caveat. It's not a guarantee that they'll pay for shipping again next year. So we do have the money in the budget for that, and we'll be ready for that in case we have to take care of that shipping.
Perfect. Okay. Are we good with Treats for Troops? Cool. Okay, so next item of business is the Youth Summit report. So Zoe, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Jared Pullis did a youth summit with kids from all over the 2nd Congressional District, from like Boulder County and Fort Collins and Loveland. We had about 80 kids come, which is pretty good considering it's a pretty long drive from some of those places up north. And we just talked about, issues from LGBTQ, immigration, education, healthcare, the environment, and we hope to kind of compile all that into a report and present it to Jared sometime in early January, so we can start talking about how youth can help him with those goals in our community.
That's awesome.
Any questions here? What was your favorite part of that summit?
I think it was just kind of being around all these really excited, empowered teenagers who were excited to make a difference, because you don't really get that very often. Kids who really genuinely want to make a difference in very abstract issues like immigration and the environment. So
What would you say to this group about as far as what you learned on being involved as a young person in the process?
The biggest lie is that you're young and therefore cannot do anything. Even though you can't vote, there's a lot of different ways to get involved. There's a lot of different councils. There's a lot of different ways to input and impact your community. So I would say, don't think that just because you can't vote yet, or if you're even a freshman in high school, there's still a ton of opportunity. You just have to know where to look.
Where would you send us to look for those opportunities if we were looking for them?
Definitely check out your local town board, obviously. That's what we're all here. But then also your senators and your congressmen, and even local representatives in the Colorado House and in the Colorado Senate, because they offer a lot of opportunities that are kind of overlooked because they're not national.
That's awesome. All right, well, thanks for going to that and like representing. Like that's awesome. So next, we're gonna talk about the Count the Lights. I couldn't be there. I had a meet. So did Casson. How did that go? Who all went to Count the Lights? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I feel like it almost went better than last time we did it. There's definitely a big turnout. We went through how many?
Can you tell them a little bit about the event and
Yeah,
what it's about?
so-
and all that?
Count the Lights is kind of the Christmas holiday celebration that the town puts on. So it's down at the park in Old Town, right where they have the little schoolhouse museum right there. And so there's one big tree kind of in the middle where they wrap a bunch of lights around it. And it's Count the Lights so people can guess how many lights are on the tree. They fill out a slip of paper and they can submit it. So that's one thing. And then we use the fire pit they have there for marshmallows, and we had candy and candy canes and everything. And then we had wooden ornaments cut out, put on tables, kind of underneath the shelter there, that people could decorate and then take home with them as well. So I think it was a big hit. There were a lot of people there. We had a choir group that was there singing too, which a lot of people really enjoyed. So I think it went pretty well.
The only thing that I would change for next year is turn on the lights a little earlier or have it later. And because like lots of people wanted to leave, but they couldn't like submit their guests for the Count the Lights. So
We started it earlier this year, right? Because we always used to have it like really late and it was super cool.
That's right.
Still
they-
was super cold, but
It was really hot when it started, but it got cold. Yeah, the idea was that it would start and end with the big lighting of the park. And so that's the way and then they were also working with Skate with Santa that was going on. That's a chamber event. So that was happening at the sports stable, and then all those people then came over here, so.
I think it definitely helped the traffic. Like, people
Awesome. Any more
Hi, Lori.
feedback for that?
We needed more marshmallows.
Yeah, we
we need
ran
to
out of
ask them to eat
marshmallows.
less.
Yeah, we need a better system for what to do with the sticks, because there was conflicting feedback. Because we had talked to you, and you said that we could reuse them if they were relatively clean, but then other town people told us just to throw away all of them.
Oh, okay.
And there were instances where we had people washing their hands in the water and everything too.
So there was a big
But it's
bucket
okay 'cause the
with
grandma
wooden
overruled
sticks in it. for the marshmallows.
Yeah, so some little boy came up and started washing his hands in there, and I told him not to. And the grandma came over and said, "No, it's okay. My word is more important than yours." All right.
Shut down.
It's working with people, we're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Sort of like Parks and Rec.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Did you get some of those feedback notes down?
I got all of them.
Beautiful.
What a great
We'll get that to Katie Rummel, because she's the one that gets all those events going for us, and that's really good. Another thing was people were saying napkins or
Wet wipes.
Wet wipes.
was a big thing, yeah.
because we didn't
Oh,
have.
that's smart.
It was sticky with the
baby
s'mores.
I think we just,
Yeah.
I think we just bring in that grandma for next time.
Yeah, she
So
had
what
a lot of ideas.
Ways more successful than we thought from what previous years, do you think? That it was more?
It seems like it was bigger than last year to me.
So we did the wooden ornaments. Did we do like any other? Was that like nutcraft?
Yeah.
And we also had a scavenger hunt for
For the elf, like
Yeah,
elf on
for
the
the
shelf?
elves.
Were there like those heaters?
No. Space heaters.
That could be beneficial, maybe, if the town owns them. It's not like go out and buy them for this, but.
You
but
can
if
rent
you're
them too.
cold, you just sit and stood by the fire.
Wait, did people like last year write their own names to the elves?
No.
Did they? Okay,
I
because
don't think
last
so.
year that happened because they didn't realize that the tag on the elf had a name.
It's pretty good.
They came up with names itself.
I just have a question. I wanted to go, but I was volunteering through school during the same hours.
Look at
but I
you
was
go.
wondering- I was wondering, like, because I want to do it next year, how many people usually show up?
It was 150,
Yeah.
200 people maybe. So we used 6 volunteers, and we were good, right? I mean, I don't think we, from our council, there were other people obviously helping out. So it'll only grow. I mean, it was one of those kind of feel-good events there's a little bit more budget for next year too. So I think they're thinking about expanding and make it bigger and better. So I would imagine there'll be just more and more opportunity.
What was the prize for the lights?
It was a gift card, I think,
Who won it?
of some kind.
How many lights?
600? No, 800 and something lights.
How close is someone? Do you know?
I have no idea. I didn't check
What's
that.
the horse-drawn carriage thing?
Yeah.
Did you guys ride in it?
Nope.
We were working,
Yeah.
Kendall.
We made time for it last year. We
We're
made
there
time for
to drag
it.
everyone off.
You had fun, okay? We all had
We
fun.
waited like 30 minutes for that horse ride.
Yeah, I didn't.
Because there was like
Force you guys to stay. I had no power.
I found a photo of me and Bork from last year.
I have that picture, so I saw on my phone the other day. Okay, so overall, successful event. We will continue with that, like for the next 3 years at least.
I'm gonna keep it up.
So next, the stocking run, which is December 17th, which is a Sunday, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's the race, right?
It is. Stocking Run is not a town event, but it is another event that is in our town. And it is connected to, what is it that the mayor does, Sock It To Them campaign? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We just, set up a big box out here and people donate new socks that go to homeless.
That's right.
That's
It's
awesome.
a big deal. It's actually, the mayor does it with other municipalities, so it's a big deal. So he does fantastic.
Obviously, it's something we never think about, giving socks, but one of the biggest needs that homeless people have is keeping warm. So the Sock It To campaign is kind of connected to the stocking run. Everybody wears crazy socks, I guess, and runs around the town. Again, it's not a town event, but there's needs for volunteers, and they actually pay their volunteers. If anybody's
Not
interested.
volunteering, that is.
That's right.
It is
Yes. There's a generous thank you that comes
Okay.
with your volunteering.
And how many do they-
If anybody's interested, just let me know and I'll get you connected. Let me just write your names down.
Not that it matters because it is volunteering, but how much do the volunteers?
I think it's like $30 or something like that.
Wait, it's the week before
It's
finals.
weekend before
It's like
finals.
the day.
It's like Sunday before finals.
Oh wait, like what do we do?
Couple hours, 2 or 3 hours. I
You
think.
do realize we don't have Monday off.
So there's all kinds of different things.
We don't have
There's road
Monday off.
marshals,
It's
there's
study.
helping with
I don't know if I
getting
I can
numbers
take a
out.
2-hour break.
How
I'm gonna
many?
be studying all
2 hours?
weekend.
No, it's like
Yeah, something like
only
that. 2 or 3 hours.
She said 2 to 3 hours.
But my
I
name
will-
down as a strong maybe.
Okay.
Strong maybe.
For all of you that say you're interested, I'll send you all the information too.
You should, or you could send something out in the group me and just have people like it.
Perfect.
Yeah, for everyone.
Uh-huh.
And then they can unlike it if
Did I
you
get
can't.
everybody over here?
Oh,
Oh.
question.
What is a stocking run? I know someone that's ran it before,
Yeah, it's just a race.
but like how long is it?
It's a 5K.
And it's two spirit?
Yeah, it's just true.
I'd be a maybe. I don't know for sure.
So I've got Tia, Laura, Kendall, Connor, Jack, Aston, Alex, JD, and Casson.
Can I be a maybe?
Yes.
I'll be a maybe.
What?
Finals are too important. I can't.
All right, cool.
Very bad.
All right, that's it. I'll get the information to you.
Oh.
And then fifth year first final. Is that the first day?
It's first, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Finals. All right. And so next is Snowbusters, which is shoveling driveways, correct?
Yep. Snowbusters is a Town of Superior volunteering event. We put it out to the whole town. There are people in our town that, because of disabilities or because they're older, can't shovel their own driveway or their own sidewalks. But there's a town ordinance that says that in 24 hours you've got to get at least your sidewalk shoveled. So we're looking for people to connect with families that when it snows 2 inches or more, they would go, do a quick shovel, and do that for them. This, of course, is when it snows. So you have to kind of be ready for that, and you have to be able to do it within 24 hours. So anyone interested in something like that? Right now we have 3 families that need people to come and shovel. The other thing we can do with a council like this is that you guys can team up. Maybe 2 of you take one family and say, we'll make sure somebody gets there within 24 hours. We have 3 families that are already paired up with volunteers that came from the town, and we have 3 more families that are looking for help. So anybody interested in something like that?
Go guys, you go.
And also, Tori did it a couple years ago, and she met some families. So last year I had like 7 people that I shoveled for and they don't pay me. So, I mean,
this is total volunteer stuff. If somebody pays you, awesome. But if not,
but it helps you like meet people.
That's right. Okay, so you 2 guys, Connor.
I'll take that.
So I will connect you guys to these families, and it is a commitment. It's one of those that you got to watch it, you got to be on it. Okay, if there's any problems that you can't make it or whatever, please let me know, and we'll figure out a way to do it or find somebody to do it from your relationships. Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm sure there's another, younger.
One of them doesn't exist.
Whoa! We had 3 last year. Allie. You're writing and then you stop writing. Okay. So tech with seniors, which is in January, and so this is talking about the cyber seniors thing we did too. Okay, so do you want me to describe that? Okay, so I don't think was it last year or the year before? I think the year before. We set up an event at the Louisville Rec Center, and we all just went there. Not all, but some of us volunteered to go there and try to help out some elderly with their technical issues because some of them aren't sure how to use the technology that they own. It wasn't that successful. We had one person come in asking about how to tweet at Brock Osweiler. Specifically Brock Osweiler. And that's it. I don't know if that was a matter of when we did it or lack of advertising. Yeah.
What if we did it at the old
Balfour or something?
Or the one, I know Balfour.
Or what's the one by Fairview?
Yeah, by Lakeshore or Lifetime.
Yeah.
There's sunrise?
Yeah.
Sunset, sunrise.
Yeah.
Sunset is really
sunrise.
I feel like if we did it in there.
Yeah. We could definitely contact them to try to.
Yeah,
that's a really good point.
If it's
with Tori, do you remember why? Was it just that one place didn't have time?
I remember it being an issue.
We tried.
But also we were going to volunteer there on a Martin Luther King Day
That's
or
true.
something.
Well,
So, don't you remember that?
I think we could find one that would be open to it.
Yeah.
Also, the room that we were in was pretty hard to find. Because I remember.
Wasn't it their senior community space?
Yeah.
I have no
I thought that was where the elderly
it was
go at the
behind
rec.
a bunch of us.
Well, and there was that one lady people told us about that came in with her computer looking for us, but we never found her. So, yeah.
So as far as logistics, we need a date or a range of dates, or possibilities of dates. We need to figure out 2 or 3 places that we can go to and ask and see. So we need location and some buy-in. And then we need a crew of volunteers that would say, I'm in on that, and I'd like to be a part of that to help get this done. And then maybe even creating a little bit of a program, here's some things that we know we're going to be able to teach and be ready for. And then obviously the random thing that comes up and you're like, we'll figure that out on the fly, how to get your iPhone to do this or that.
So that year when we did it, we had packets that that were like cyber senior packets that kind of like ran through some basics for us.
That's good too, yeah. We have, I believe, the 15th off from school for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I don't know if we want to do it on day off or if people will be busy, so a lot of people like go skiing, yeah?
I think that's a 4-day weekend also. I
Oh.
know it's either President's or Veterans, not Veterans.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't find the.
It's a
BUSD
4-day weekend?
schedule.
One of them is one of the two is a 4-day weekend. It's
The
like
week of the
Friday and Monday.
15th is because I'm going to San Francisco.
So you're off on Friday and
The Monday.
Monday.
Friday the 12th?
It's the 19th that we have off and the 22nd.
Oh, so that is a 4-day weekend when we get back.
Yeah, I don't pretty sure.
In January?
Do we not have?
Oh, we do have that day off.
The 19th is Martin.
We Monday and Friday off?
Where is the?
No, a 4-day weekend's in February.
Really?
Yeah.
I might just
No, we have the 8th, the 15th, the, what's T stand for?
I don't think
I lied.
we should do it until after the 8th because we'll be on break and I doubt people will be able to come. There's a lot going on over break usually.
What if we did it like the 29th?
29th, that's a Monday.
Because I've found, like, I've done a lot of volunteer with elderly people and they like weeknights.
Yeah, because they're not that busy.
Yeah, like they go out and stuff.
Yeah.
The 29th or the 22nd?
Do you guys have calendars with you, or at least a semblance of your calendar that you can tell what a Monday night, the 29th? How's that sound for people?
And this isn't an event that everyone needs to be at, but like we also need a decent amount, especially if we go to the community center, like because then like we'll have more of a turnout than just that one.
Something to consider as you guys go is to say, here's our main event. If that doesn't go incredibly well, then our secondary thing would be visiting and just saying hello. Maybe it's just going around and saying hello, we're from the youth council, you know, want to say hello, how are you doing, you know. So just, there's more things to do, you know, just don't think that if people don't show up, the event flops. Usually at places like that, people really want visitors. And even if you just sat down for 15 minutes and talked about Brock Osweiler, it'd probably be really meaningful.
Yeah. So too. So I definitely think we should reach out to the different centers around here. Having it at the rec may have influence, and plus I know that it's under a lot of construction right now, so we probably shouldn't go there.
I think their senior science is under.
Yeah, it's
one of the
definitely, yeah.
I also talk to them, because I work in night at the rec, so I can talk to the orchestra lady if you want.
Okay.
To think, still think about it. Like if you need a backup place or something.
Okay, yeah. So we should just also look into the different options. There's Sunrise, maybe Balfour, maybe other places I can't think of.
There's Fraser Meadows.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who wants to check in on that? Who wants to be the lead point?
I'll talk to Fraser Meadows. I've talked to them before.
So between Audrey and Casson, you guys can handle location. Are we set on that 29th? Is that?
Yeah, just by gauging the group right here, so we can see like representation, who thinks that they can make Monday, January 29th work?
What time?
Like after, like evening. Like probably, I'm guessing probably like 4:30. Unless, will they be eating right then?
That's probably around dinner time for, there's probably a little earlier dinner.
So maybe 5:30?
Maybe just a few.
Maybe 5:30-ish. We'll figure all that out. Okay.
And you know, strategically, maybe dinner's a good time.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
everyone's
they're eating
out,
and people can
yeah.
come, you know, be around during that time. So, but check, whenever you guys check locations, check out when meal times are and all that stuff.
Awesome.
January 29.
Okay. So, if you guys hear back from that, just try to keep us updated so we can figure that out. Then next would be Parents' Night Out, which is in February. And this is something that we've talked about for the past like few years, but we've never really gone into it. So what are your thoughts on that? Because it's been in our work plan for like a while. Yeah? A lot of positive notes. Yeah?
I think now that we have
Yeah, if we use the sports team.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Because then we have a place. Because that was the big issue when we tried to do it before, was we didn't have anywhere to actually do it.
yeah, and so I'm looking at the February calendar. Obviously, the 14th is Valentine's Day, but that's a Wednesday. So I don't know if everyone will be going out on
And
that.
then the 16th and the 19th, we have off school.
Really?
Yes.
So what about the weekend before?
So that's the 4-day weekend.
Are you
The
saying-
following
That's the
week.
4-day weekend.
Are you
Okay.
saying like the 9th? Friday the 9th?
Friday the 9th.
When do you think,
State calls is the next day, by the way. So like,
question is, when do you think it'd be most useful? Like, when would most people be going out?
I think that like.
Because like Wednesday night, you're right, I don't think many people would, but
unless they
Friday,
will
Friday.
though, like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think.
Thursday night is surprisingly like a going out night for couples.
Thursday, and then, yeah.
Just like, so weeknights aren't completely off limits, especially when it's
Yeah.
like Valentine's Day.
Well,
Are you raising your hand?
oh, we have to explain it. Awkward.
So basically, we're trying to provide parents an opportunity to go out for a date around Valentine's Day without their kids and without needing to hire different babysitters. So it's more of like a place where parents can drop off their children, and we'll take care of them and give them some entertainment while the parents go out to dinner or go on a date, and then they'll pick them up at the end of the
If
night.
you ever went to Night at the Rec, it's somewhat, I think we were like along the lines of that.
So Addison can control the party.
Are we gonna be able to do it through the sports table?
Most likely. Anytime we've talked to them about doing something like that, I know we went to a meeting over there, they've been super positive about it, and they have all these new fun activities and stuff like that. So hopefully, yeah. And like most likely, yeah. We might have to pay to rent out the space, but we have a budget for a reason, yeah.
What's our target age group?
I'm just saying like,
Can you just say like an age plus? Because like we don't want like babies.
yeah, I'm saying like 6+ probably, right? Or maybe like 5. 4.
I think it's like, if they're in school, like if they go to school.
Yeah, like preschool age and up. Preschool and up. We're not taking care of like people's very small children because that.
But like if they're mature enough to like go to
Yeah.
school and like spend a
I think
day.
it should be like kindergarten and up.
Yeah, I think it needs to be an age where if we have them out on the turf, people don't need to be like standing next to this one child the entire time, or else they're going to get like really hurt or like something.
So K through
K through
8?
Honestly,
babysitting is
that sucks.
I was babysitting.
Like 5th
We
grade,
have 8th
maybe?
graders here,
K through 5?
right?
Yeah.
Well, also if they like if parents want to go out, they might like think that their middle school is responsible enough to stay home, and so like they don't need to go anywhere. You know?
I honestly think it should be at least like 6
Yeah, I think
or
just
7.
gonna leave it open ended. Like
Yeah.
if they think their kid's mature enough not to be there. Yeah, like
But also, I totally see that, but I can also see parents being like, oh, free babysitting, let's drop off, like, everyone. You know, like-
And you want kids that will have respect for you guys. So,
So that lower.
well, it's not I mean, obviously, if we set rules, and we can get some adults around there too.
Like I honestly feel like kindergarten is too small.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel
They're
below
so cute.
kindergarten is a little risky.
You guys
but-
can handle kindergartners.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
think
but not
kindergarten
like
for sure, but preschool is like, parents will want to drop
Just
them
give
off.
them nighttime. Or nap time.
I don't know about you, Austin, but in preschool I did not like nap time.
I like nap time in high school. So.
So this theoretically would be in 2 months, so yeah,
Is it free, or like, do they have to like pay to like drop their kids off?
It would be
it would be free. We're more of like a volunteering kind of group. Just like,
we don't
Could we try to have it on Valentine's Day, but like earlier? Like 5? Like 8.
Do many parents go out
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like my parents
Yeah.
don't do anything.
Well,
Romance is dead.
well, another thing is that like if we do it on a weeknight, like I'm not sure parents will want their kids out like late like on a school night.
So we
They
could
can pick
have
them
it
up
from like 5 to
early.
8, that kind of thing, because then,
yeah,
Also
that
can't-
sounds
like we shouldn't be babysitting kids until like 11.
Yeah.
3 hours is a good.
Yeah, that's.
Can't do Friday nights because that's an interference of business.
What?
Night at the Rex.
Night at the Rex.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's also a valuable point if we were to do one.
Yeah.
That's
On a
true because
Friday.
parents might drop their kids off at 9 at the reg anyways, being like,
But we're free, so. yeah,
9 at
there's
the reg is
also
like
that.
$5, isn't it? How much is 9 at the reg?
I get paid.
Okay, so
$5.
what age are we targeting?
Okay, well here's the question: do we
Elementary.
want high schoolers? First of all, like let's go from top down. Like, do we want high schoolers?
No,
No.
Okay.
I'm not babysitting someone
Okay.
at my school.
Yeah, I don't think they would really
Okay.
enjoy that. Do we want middle schoolers?
Not
If you're in
not
middle
7th or
You're
8th.
okay. Just
I
like
think
stay home by yourself.
One at a time. So Audrey was saying.
You can stay home by yourself when you're 11. So like,
Is that like illegal? Like,
I think it's like 10.
Yeah, it doesn't
really
You want to leave
depends
your
on
kid at home. We just have to make sure, like, the only issue with that, or like if we have like a cutoff, or like a maximum age, is that there could be like a parent who has like a 4-year-old and then an 11-year-old or something like that. And they're like, well, I can bring my one kid, but I can't bring my other one. And so then they like,
can't the 11-year-old just watch them?
That's probably what would happen.
Do we want
If
to
they
say
have
like
been
K
over.
through
Yeah.
I honestly think
Yeah, no 8th graders.
K
Or do
through 8
we-
is like good. Parents, like, I don't know. At first I was like, parents are just gonna like shuttle off all of their kids as much as they can for a night out. But at the same time, I feel like they'll know
what.
who they would leave their children with and at what age.
What if we do it like K through 8 or whatever, but really mark it as like for young
Yeah.
kids?
Because it gives
On the
them a
poster, we
choice.
can put like really like kiddie toy.
Building blocks.
Yeah, like, actually, that's what I was picturing.
What happened after?
Trains.
Like actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, I babysit all the time, and I babysit for a 13-year-old, and it's really weird, but, like, I do it every week, and, like, the parents just don't trust her at home. It's really sad, but it's true, and, like, they live in 8027, so if we were to advertise it, like, probably, I mean, I would, yeah, she has, like, younger siblings, too. I, like, before I started babysitting for them, I never thought that, like, people that old needed babysitters. But, like, maybe we could leave it open-ended and, like, K through 8 is a good idea, and then we can always advertise for the younger.
Yeah, I like the K
Yeah.
through 8 because, and that's like a common term. Everyone's like, oh, it's like that age group, and that's pretty wide.
Do we have to
send their freshmen
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
I hope. I might be babysitting.
Honestly, if older kids come, it's more uncomfortable for them than it is for us.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Do we have to have like a waiver or anything?
Yeah, there'll be waivers, there'll be, I mean, we'll get all that, make sure. So I'm hearing sports stable, I'm hearing K through 8.
Yep.
I'm hearing free, I'm hearing 5 to 8 p.m.
5 to 8 p.m. But what are we thinking? Actual Valentine's Day, which is a Wednesday, or
that Thursday, the next day. Because
yeah,
that
or
Friday we have off.
Friday off, and
Oh,
Friday
there
competes with
wouldn't be
Night
a
at the
Friday.
Rec.
Huh?
Actually,
There wouldn't be
Thursday
a
is probably a better idea.
Thursday is like a staple date night now. And the restaurant is.
I think Thursday is good since Friday's already off.
Yeah, Friday's off.
Is everybody good for the 15th of February? I hear no objections. I'm writing it down.
Do you have a gavel?
Who wants to check with the sports stable to make sure that day is available?
I can do
You already volunteered.
I can do it.
Sorry, Cassie, I know you're
It's okay.
eager, but let's spread the load. Thank you,
Okay.
JD.
We have that woman that we had a meeting with there.
I also, last Thanksgiving, you know how they do like the kids camp there? I worked with them, so
Okay,
I
so you
know
know them.
people there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And then just new business.
Anything else that we have to nail down there?
Oh, okay, so we have, right now we have February 15th, which is a Thursday, the day after Valentine's Day, from 5 to 8 at the sports stable.
How many of you are interested in helping out with that one? Good crew. We'll need, this will be popular. We'll need, like, all of you.
Another question, who is first aid and CPR certified?
Fantastic.
That's good.
Anybody, I don't know how you feel about this, but let me throw it out. We probably need to have a little bit of forethought as far as just planning either activities or different things that we're doing. Anybody want to be in that closer in kind of planning team for that event?
Kind of like a night out committee to figure out what we should do there.
Who is that? Kendall.
Do we need to be licensed babysitters?
No.
Plus there's enough people.
Yeah, we have
who
enough.
And once we get all the names down, I can make a group chat later with everyone.
That's awesome. This will be popular. This will be popular.
Especially, I feel like a bunch of couples would wait until the day after anyway, so they beat the crowd or like miss the crowd. Is there anything else in that?
That's good.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll make that group chat and we can get working on that. And plus, once JD starts talking to the sports stable and we lock that down, we can talk about what we want to do there. We could always like think about ice skating, but that might just be disastrous. Let's do the turf. Yeah,
Yeah.
the turf. Okay.
They have a big screen there. We could do a movie. I mean, there's all kinds of different
We could
things.
like let them run around for a while, have a bunch of like games, and then do more of a movie thing to wind them down before their parents pick them up.
JD, Impact Sports is doing their day camps and everything then. They may have some other ideas that, so it might be good to talk
Yeah,
to
because they're
them.
the ones that did the Thanksgiving break thing with, so.
We're going to hit the gym with some kindergartners.
Okay, so that, and if that's all settled, like new business?
Mhm. Any new business, anything that is on your mind to talk about, to think about, to discuss?
I have something that maybe someone's interested in. For those of you who don't know, I coach the Monarch rugby team, and our rugby season is approaching quickly. We videotape all of our games, both home and away, and we try and video our training sessions as well. I need someone or some students who would be interested in filming all of our practices and our games. It's a little bit of work. Our primary video system goes up 20 feet in the air, put the camera on top, so it's a little bit of an effort to get up there. But once you learn how to set up, it's pretty easy. But we also have a drone. We like to film from our drone, our training sessions. So I need someone or some people that can handle that, someone dependable, could travel with us when we go out of town for our matches. But I think that we can give you volunteer hours for that too, because we are 501c3. So if you're interested, let me know. Or if you know somebody who might be interested, it's really a big help. We depend on our film a lot for evaluation of our players. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
Do you have a question or comment?
I'm just going to put on to that, like, most of you guys go to Monarch, right? So
Rough
if you
it
guys know
out.
what the lift up was, I flew the drone for the lift up. So, I mean, like, I could possibly do that.
Okay.
Because I do have a lot of drone experience, so.
Okay. Maybe we can chat after the meeting.
You see how fun this is? We get to fly drones.
I didn't even want to be here.
Any other new business?
So I was talking to my counselor and she was asking if we could do like the Treats for Troops with Peak to Peak next year too. So that we get more candy.
Yeah.
That we could like
Yeah,
have
that's
drop
what it
off points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would, yeah, because we have you guys and like, you won't be there anymore, but council members who can help out.
Mayok
with
and
that.
I, like, I think the year before. No, the year before we like talked to Tori about trying to do it, but because like our school was doing Operation Gratitude also.
Oh, I remember that.
And so like we were trying to link the two, but we felt like, I think it was just because like we weren't able to set up a system of like picking up the candy and stuff like that. So I think if like really organized it well, then we could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great.
one more thing on my mind. I work down at the bike shop, like in Superior Velo Stop, and my boss was talking to me about the Superior Bike Park. It's kind of like gone downhill a little bit, so.
The one over by the Bell Flatirons? Yeah.
It's kind of gone downhill a little bit, and I know I ride there a lot, and I'll bring a shovel just to clean it up once in a while, and I think it would be really cool and benefit a lot of people if there could be like some dirt brought out there and people like help build the jumps back up and stuff like that.
That's good. I know after the floods it got really destroyed, and then they built it back up, and then it snowed, and then it goes away, and so I get that.
It'd be a really neat deal. We tried to set, actually through VeloStop, there was a work day that they tried to do out there, but I think only 3 people showed up.
Yeah, my boss had asked me to teach like a skills class out there.
That's right, yeah. And so, I mean, it does need some help, and if that's something that maybe we want to throw on to our work plan for the year and do it as a council, maybe invite our schools to come out. It's good work. It's hard work, isn't it? I mean, it's raking and shoveling and getting dirt around and patting it down and all that stuff. So it'd be a fun day.
We could easily add that.
Yeah.
Like add that for like the spring or something, because it would just be like a day of.
We might want to wait until summer so it's not like snowy.
A little before summer, so that then when summer hits, everybody can
go out there.
Go for it. Yeah.
But like it snows in late May here, so.
True.
Well, at least like June.
Yeah.
June or May.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that to our attention. Yeah, we're glad that you guys came in to sit with us. Is this like an assignment for your class, or is it like an extra credit opportunity?
It's assignment.
So is there gonna be like a lot of you coming through? Like we only meet once a month.
I was gonna go to the one, like the actual like meeting yesterday, but it got canceled.
Oh, the town hall.
Oh.
Yeah, and so McCoy just told me to go to this one.
Yeah. This one's so much funner anyways, like, yeah. You should be really,
yeah.
You should be glad that you
enjoyed looking into it. Any other new business to talk about? We'll try to keep you guys up to date on our celebration party. We're gonna figure something out. We're gonna try to make it fun.
You know what we should do? We should do food. I know. Yes.
We used to do that. So every meeting we would have someone signed up to bring food and someone signed up to bring drinks. That could be nice. Again,
I can make a spreadsheet and send it out.
Perfect.
And we just need someone to send reminders to.
Yeah, I can do that.
I know
Communications.
Yeah.
Today until you texted.
Yeah, I was like, I had to send something or no one's gonna show up. Yeah, good reminder.
Do we have any unusual like meeting dates coming up that aren't on the first Wednesday? Okay.
Well, good luck on your test. You're off the council. All right. Any other new business or reminders?
I've got one. Kendall, just so you guys know, will be presenting in front of the town board our work plan. It'll either be January 8th or January 22nd or February 5th. Is that right, Chris? Is there February 5th?
No.
Or 12th?
Yeah, 12th.
Yeah. So anyone, once we nail that down, we'll let you guys know. Anyone that wants to come, support Kendall in presenting that plan, come to the board meeting and, show support, that'd be great. But that's cool that we're going to get representation there and share all the stuff that you guys are doing there. It's a short, little thing, but it's really cool that the board wants to hear from the council. So that's coming up. The other thing, just so you guys know, because Kendall will be taking care of this for next meeting, but she'll be sending out reminders and stuff for next meeting, which is January 3rd. That's our next one, January 3rd, Wednesday, 6:30 here. I leave though on Saturday, the 9th, to be in Vietnam through the 24th.
What are you doing?
We're going there to adopt a little girl. So we'll be bringing back a 6-year-old with us, which is crazy. So anyway, so I'll be out of pocket a little bit for that, but you guys are in good hands with your team here. So anything that you need to put on the agenda for next time that you're like, this needs to be on there, please let Kendall know, let Grace know. We'll get that all out for everybody. I'll still be within email range, so if you guys need anything from me, that's fine, but just know that that's happening, and I'm a little bit out of pocket. So all of the celebration stuff that's happening is also it's all on you guys. So, which is great. This council is about you guys anyway, it's not about me. So, but just wanted to communicate that so you guys knew what was going on there.
Yeah, and we have ideas for the party, but if any of you guys have other ideas that you think would be super fun for us, just bring it to our attention. Because we do have a budget for it, and our budget does get replenished in the new year. So, yeah, if you have ideas, let me know. Yeah.
I think bowling would be really fun.
I said that too.
Yeah, we were thinking boondocks for some reason. Don't know why, but.
Or like CU bowling alley is really like inexpensive too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And we could like eat something down there.
Awesome.
Kevin, will you bring your 6-year-old with you to Parents' Night Out then?
More than likely.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah.
She's so
I'll can just keep touching the screen so it doesn't go dead, but that's a picture of her. Her name it's spelled H-A-N-H, but it's got a little dot under the second H, so it's like Hein. So really the way that it sounds is just like Hein. So her English name will be Eliza, so it's Hi Eliza Cologne. She'll have Vietnamese, English, and Spanish. She'll be very confused for a while, but hopefully she'll acclimate. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So exciting.
Yay.
Very neat. You guys can teach her English.
We get volunteer hours for that?
Zoe, you dirty dog. Okay, I don't know about you, like any of the seniors, but on not a single application did I have to put the amount of volunteer hours I have. Yeah, me neither.
Common App?
Yeah, no.
You have to do like hours per week?
No, you don't.
Hours per week, but that doesn't not.
I estimated.
I estimated extra. How are they going to check?
You can close us off.
Okay, yeah. Thank you all for coming. Thanks to our guests for joining us today, and I will see you all January 3rd here,
2018.
6:30. I will send out a reminder because we all forget things. If you have ideas for the celebration party, let me know sooner rather than later. Just text me so we can make it fun.
See you next year.
Aha!
They were talking about it.
Okay.
It wasn't even me.
Yeah, unless we have a party first.
At least I gave you credit.
Okay. Bye.
We need some people to put up chairs and tables.
Alex, that's us. Okay, that's what we need.
You have the template still?
No, I lost it.
Okay, so I'll send that to you. You'll need this.
I just want to show you. Look at it. I used one page.
That's pretty awesome.
Win.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
Did you
Oh, you want to?
Yeah, everyone take your chair back to the spot it was in. Yeah.
I didn't want to ask because I was afraid.
No, it's okay. I wanted to ask because. Okay. Anyways.
I'm so happy. Somebody got in college?
Unfortunately.
No, we're still waiting.
Yeah, wait, have you guys heard back from anyone? Yeah, wait, what are your Oh, yeah. This is so much better than
this is the surface.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. You can't walk in the street.
Like this moment. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Yeah. Something happened. Absolutely. Hey, Aston, you want to stay?
I always forget. He's trying to find
Yeah, that's gonna be massive. It's like, are you guys going to It's going really well.
How did last one go?
Oh, really? Yeah. I really like the camera. Good. Yeah. It's like 5 Our training sessions through January, February will all be indoors. Okay. So you have to be comfortable, because there's a ceiling on it, and then there's cables and stuff. But you're welcome. Probably you guys.
I wish you good luck on your trip, safe travels. This is so exciting. Thanks, Kevin. I'll be trying.
Love to have those. Would you be interested in filming games for our
I told you we'd better, which was 27
Yeah, it's a
days.
really nice video.
So it's been a journey.
But we take it everywhere
So
we
it's,
go.
I can't tell you how excited everybody
We
is.
get you hooked up with, Monarch gear and
You did for prayer. Love them.
But it's a very valuable service to us.
Congratulations.
Every
I
game.
can't wait to see
And you
pictures.
get to go home and upload the huddle.
Be safe.
Oh, yeah. That sets up our training sessions.
Yeah, I'm very familiar
Good
with
job,
that.
tonight.
Thanks, you too.
Okay. Where's you play football?
Monarch, so.
Oh,
Yeah, freshman.
Oh, okay, oh, good. So you coach race? Yeah. Good. Good. Well, let me, I'll send you out an email, and then if you can go to one of, I'll let you know, we might be playing touch on Saturday.
Okay.
If you're available, then we'll bring it all down, we'll charge the batteries, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, all right.
Thanks,
Thank
Tyler.
you. Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
And then you might want to talk to your counselors and see if, I'm certain that you can get volunteer hours back, because we are a nonprofit.
Okay.
So if you're volunteering hours
Thank
with us, let's get it signed up so you get that.
Okay, yeah,
Right?
thank you.
Great, thanks, Karen.
What's your last name?
Palandra.
Awesome. Do you have a sister?
Yeah, younger sister.
Younger sister.
Yeah.
Does she play basketball? No. All right. You look just like this girl when my daughter plays. All right.
All right, Chief.